What's up, everybody? This is Kyle Rose back at you with another Sonic video, and today I want to make a reply to one of my, subscribers real quick because they wanted me to answer this question about the Sega mandates, which, and this in his own words, I'm gonna read it from word to word. It says this, his what Sega mandates he was talking about was like restricting how Sega was restricting some of the creative freedoms that certain developers and writers and artists had when it came to the Sonic comics and also certain other medias. And as it says right here, it says from what his reply was is that like the Sega mandates are Sega enforcing guidelines and restrictions on tie-in Sonic media, dictating how characters can or cannot act and what the writers can or cannot do with Sonic's world. While some mandates are well known, some are nebulous and changeable. So basically, Sega restricting some of the creative processes of Sonic. And I'm gonna say this: that could be either a good thing or a bad thing because you do realize that Sonic, the movie just came out, and the first design of Sonic was absolutely trash. So I'm not saying that Sega had anything to do with the restriction of that, but from what I remember, the director of Sonic Team was like, okay, no, I didn't make that decision for Sonic to look like that. And that's when Paramount started to change their ways when it came to like the design of Sonic, and they completely overhauled all of the animations and all of the modeling of Sonic, everything that had to do with Sonic within the movie. And like, if you don't know, the creative process in doing that is absolutely fucking hard. Like, I just came from like college or whatever, and from like 3D art, and it has to do with rigging, it has to do with modeling. Sorry if my voice changed right there for a second. It has to do with modeling, it has to do with animations. All of that has to be compiled together and then put into a scene, and then not only that, you have to render that scene. It's like that's a whole nother story. And then all within a few, how many months was it? Was like 5 months, maybe 5 to 8 months that they had to do everything in one movie, and it still came out good. And that's because the fans was telling them not to do that. And so when it comes to like the creative process of certain things in Sonic, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. And I don't know specifically what Sega restricted from, the Archie Sonics and what they're restricting with Shadow and Gemerald in the IDW version. But from what I see right now with the IDW, at least, Shadow and Gemerald is pretty decent in my opinion. I said like in another video, I don't know if you've seen it already, but I've already said that Shadow is like an up and down character for me. I really don't mind his character. He has actually like some good merits to him being relevant within the Sonic IDW series. I feel like he could still be a little bit more flavored and have a little bit more, character development when it comes to like expressing himself within the Sonic universe. And but that's not really his character at the same time. Him expressing himself too much would make you kind of break the character of Shadow. So I don't know where to go with that. So I'm assuming that if Sega is restricting Shadow the Hedgehogs, I'm assuming that the IDW writers are trying to express him in a way that is not his character. I don't know where it goes when it comes to that. But when we go back to like Sonic Archie Sonic, for example, and you're talking about they had a lot of like, well, not a lot, but they had a couple restrictions on the creative process of Archie Sonic. Like some people might argue that Archie Sonic being super powerful, for example, is a little bit overkill and doesn't really do much when it comes to like the character development of Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, when you look at it from that perspective, yes, Sonic the Hedgehog is from the video game version of Sonic, he's never been that powerful before. And Archie Sonic is like on some Dragon Ball type shit, like being launched galaxies and galaxies away to another planet in one comic, in one issue, and being landed onto another planet and still like survive in his like base form. It's, to me, I feel like that all of the power feats in Archie Sonic is kind of incomprehensive, and it doesn't really do much justice coming from the fact that, you know, you started as a freedom fighter with Sonic not being able to do any of that ridiculous stuff. Well, no, I would take that back. He was able to do all of that. He had the potential, because I remember with the special issue with between Super Sonic and Super Knuckles, they almost like destroyed a zone, aka a galaxy or a universe, whatever. They almost destroyed like a whole, you know, dimension. So I don't know where you want to go with that. I believe that keeping Sonic simple is the way to go, while also developing his character. And I've seen so many, not only that, I've also heard that a lot of the IDW stuff when with like, or not IDW, a lot of the criticisms with Archie Sonic has been because of, you know, the character development between Sonic and Tails and all the other casts within the, you know, Scourge the Hedgehog, and also Sally Acorn. People didn't really like Sally Acorn because she was kind of taking away Sonic's character from being like a free spirit to just, you know, because, you know, with Sonic Universe, they kind of married and even had children, which was kind of weird in my opinion. And Sonic being the king, he has to restrict himself from doing things that he used to do in his youth. And not only that, like in his earlier days, you know, the designs of Eggman, people didn't really like the designs of Eggman, although I did. People didn't really like the designs of Eggman, and there was just so much criticism with Archie Sonic and the way they handled it. And especially, this is one I did not like, how they made Sonic and Tails kind of clash because of Fiora, and how I think Sonic was with Fiora and Tails liked Fiora. It was all this relationship shit that did not have to do with, you know, the original depiction of Sonic and Tails and the crew. So there's certain, I'm gonna just say this, there's certain things that Sega can restrict, and when it comes to the restriction of Sonic, I think it depends on what the writers are trying to do with the character in their own version, because it's still Sega's IP at the end of the day. And I'm not trying to, you know, bootleg or anything like that, but at the same time, we saw what happened, and there's many examples of, you know, movie Sonic, his original design, and how the fans took that into perspective, and how Sega was even like, no, we don't have nothing to do with that. They almost destroyed Sega's, you know, IP. Paramount literally almost destroyed Sega's IP just through creative freedom by the directors. So, like, I'm gonna just leave it as that. I think that as far as it goes, depending on what is being restricted, Sega has the, you know, the right. Ultimately, they do have the right, but whether we think that it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's all up to what Sega restricts. And I think so far, from what I see from the IDW, it's pretty good. I don't really see any major problem. I don't see anything really bad, but so far it's pretty decent. And I hope there's like more development with Shadow and General. And actually, General has actually pretty decent development in my opinion as a character, because he grew from being, you know, he had some form of quote unquote heart when he was taking care of Cream and Cheese, and Cream was trying to teach him how to, you know, be more humanized. So yeah, there's a lot of development with General, and I feel like with Shadow there could be more development. Other than that, IDW for me is pretty freaking good. And, you know, for anybody else that's watching this video, I highly recommend that you read the IDW comics. And yes, this is the video. If you like this video, check out all of my other videos, and I will be doing more Sonic and Avatar content. And, you know, I might respond to you. I'm not sure, because I have a lot of things on my book, and I might have to, I'm thinking about a lot of things to talk about at the same time. So yeah, there's like a lot of things and to juggle with. So this is one of my responses to, you know, one of my subscribers, and I don't want to keep him hanging. And I also respond to you in the Shadow the Hedgehog IDW. If you haven't saw that yet, go ahead, see it. And I'm talking to the subscriber right now that I'm responding to with this video. And now to you subscribers, stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys later in the next video. This is Kai Rose. Peace out.